Love. I think love, attention. Know that I'm worth it. You know that I'm worth the time. I'm worth a hug, a kiss. You know that even though, for everybody I was nothing, a drug addict.
At 27 years old, Astruid Gomez had become the person she'd swore she'd never be. A mom living with a verbally abusive man and a drug addict.
I always used to say, I don't want to live this life. I don't want to grow up and be married to a man that I am going to end up like my mom, because I saw she has so much pain.
The oldest of three, Astruid left home at 16. She had gotten pregnant as an excuse to move in with her boyfriend to escape the toxic home environment. She longed for her parents' love, but they were too wrapped up in their own problems to give it.
Always feeling like I wasn't enough. Always feeling like I was lacking something. I try to look for for things to fill that emptiness.
By the time she was 19, Astruid was living with a different boyfriend, Jose. In the coming years, they'd have 2 sons. Like her parents, theirs was a toxic relationship. They often lashed out at each other, angry and hurt.
He would always call me like, oh, you're trash, nobody will ever gonna love you, look at you.
Her self-image broken, Astruid started taking diet pills.
I always think I'm so fat, That's always my thing. I'm so fat, I'm so fat. And I just keep saying that to myself, and I make it like an identity, like I am fat,
There was more.
It made me forget about everything.
In time, her addiction to diet pills gave way to cocaine and eventually crystal meth.
First, it was like one time a day. Then at the end, it was like 2-3 times a day. Even for hours, I would go in the restroom, lock myself, and I would just do drugs all day.
Often her children would come home from school to find their mother strung out. Family members tried to convince Astruid to get help, but she refused. Twice, she tried to overdose, hoping she wouldn't wake up.
How can you give love when you don't have it? How can you understand another person when you don't understand yourself? You know what I mean? And how can I raise a home when I can't even raise myself? I couldn't take care of my kids when I couldn't take care of myself.
The couple had been together 10 years when Jose decided he needed to turn his life around and started going to church, taking the kids with him. The few times Astruid did go with them, she was high.
I would always fight with God. Even though, I didn't believe him, that he was real, I would always fight with him. That was in my mind, high, I would fight with God. Why you want me here? Why you don't let me die? You keep bringing me back when I want to die and all this stuff.
Then, her 12-year-old daughter told her she was moving out to live with her grandmother.
So that was like where I hit rock bottom. It was like, I'm gonna lose my daughter because I put her through so much. It was like she slapped me, like, wake up. There was no way out for me after this. I couldn't leave the drugs on my own.
One Saturday night, Astruid tried again to kill herself by overdose.
Well, I was awake, so I was like, oh my God, I didn't die again, So I started telling him, like, if you're that God that everybody says that you are, show me. I told him, change my life. I don't want to be this way anymore. Like, take this drug addiction away.
Out of habit, she went into the bathroom to smoke some meth to satisfy the craving that had controlled her for years.
And I couldn't anymore. It was gone. I just ran to the trash and I threw everything away. I was like, I don't want none of this in my house anymore. I'm free. God took it in that instant. It was gone. And he just didn't take the drug addiction. He took all the pain.
The next morning, Astruid went to church with her family and accepted Jesus Christ into her heart.
And I just felt like it was like something that just pushed me to the front. Like if they grabbed me and took me there. And then I heard the voice that told me, I never left you, I was always with you. And I knew because that was my fight with God. Why you left me? Why? And I knew he was telling me, like, I never did. I was always with you, and I knew it was him. And it was like whole deliverance. You know, I'm not saying my life has been perfect since then, but it has never been the same like before.
Astruid and Jose began to live their lives for the Lord. They forgave one another and were married within the year. She also reconciled with her daughter. There isn't a day that goes by that Astruid doesn't think about what God did for her and her family.
Like when you have that encounter with God, your life changes forever. You fall in love with Him and you'll never be the same.